Hello, and welcome to the convocation of the Department of Linguistics and Cognitive Science for the year 2021. This year has been unlike any other, and we wish we could see all of you and celebrate all of your accomplishments in person. We also wish that we could meet all of your friends and family who normally come to celebrate your achievements with you and who provided you unwavering support throughout your education. Unfortunately, that is not possible, but we hope that this virtual convocation will go towards some way towards celebrating the attainment of a degree and the close of a significant chapter of your lives. This past year has been challenging for everyone, but I have been impressed and encouraged by the resilience and innovation of both our faculty and our students. The faculty gave their all to shift to online teaching and still provide the mentoring and support that the students need, while the students responded with understanding and perseverance. I congratulate both the faculty and the students for all of their hard work and dedication in the face of significant challenges and disruptions. The Department of Linguistics and Cognitive Science began awarding PhD degrees in 1982 and undergraduate degrees in spring 2009. This year, we are awarding 69 BS degrees in cognitive science and 6 BA degrees in linguistics, as well as 3 PhDs in linguistics and 7 MA degrees in linguistics and cognitive science. The department also confers 3 awards on graduating students for outstanding achievement in their fields. These awards will be announced next, followed by our speaker, Beth Minio, Director of the Center for Disability Studies. After that, the faculty of the department would like to offer individual congratulations to the graduating students.
I'm so pleased to announce that the award for Outstanding Student Achievement in Cognitive Science will go to Lindsay Hotoff. I have known Lindsay since her sophomore year when she began working with me in the University of Delaware Phone Lab. And since then, she has continued to grow and grow as a student, a scholar, and a mentor. One of the most memorable experiences that I have working with Lindsay was last summer when she worked as a part of the University of Delaware Summer Scholars Program, documenting and doing acoustic analysis of a language spoken in Cameroon. As a part of that work, we worked with a student named Frida Gam over Zoom, who was located in Cameroon. And this work culminated in Lindsay and Frida's presentation at the annual conference on African linguistics, this past April. In addition to the research that she conducted as a part of the Summer Scholars Program, Lindsay also spent a lot of time mentoring Frida, our Cameroonian student, in how to do those phonetic analyses herself, as she is a student of linguistics in Cameroon. Frida is now going to take those skills that she's learned and continue to train other students in her own department in how to do those analyses, as they don't have a phonetic specialization currently. So Lindsay's work, both in research and in mentorship, has had far-reaching consequences, as I'm sure it will continue to do as she continues into the MA program in speech-language pathology at the University of Delaware. We wish her all the best.
It is my greatest joy to announce the winner of Lu Arena Award for Outstanding Achievement in Undergraduate Speech-Language Pathology, Leah Heisler. First, I just want to say I'm only one of Leah's professors, but I know all of them are enthusiastic about her achievements. To name a few, I have personally heard compliments about how fantastic Leah is from Professor Straitman, Professor Andreasen, and Professor Shen. Besides her impeccable academic records, Leah has many years of research experiences working in both my laboratory and Dr. Shen's laboratory. In my lab, we study language development and brain. She won everyone's heart with her curiosity, dedication, and creativity. Over the past 2 years, Leah has worked as a lead undergraduate RA in my laboratory. One highlight I have to mention is that she was the pioneer in our lab who led the transformation from in-person standardized assessment to telepractice during COVID. She is the co-author on multiple presentations at international conferences. She has great leadership and trained many undergraduate RAs in our team, and starred in our experimental video and audio stimuli with her living room and kitchen as her stage. Her contribution to our research is incredibly important, and I honestly don't have a plan for our team after the summer without Leah. Leah is continuing her career endeavor as a master's student in speech-language pathology at the University of Arizona. We are really proud of you. Leah, congratulations.
It's my honor and pleasure to announce the award, the Robert D. Pietro Award for Excellence in Linguistics, to Grayson Ziegler. This award was named after Professor Robert DiPietro, who was one of the founding members of our linguistics department in the 1980s, before it became the Department of Linguistics and Cognitive Science. Grayson joined our department several years ago with an eager interest in language and linguistics, and before long, he had finished all of the undergraduate courses that we had to offer and started coming to our graduate courses. He impressed all of his faculty members, I've heard this from all of them, regardless of whichever level he was in. That means he was a top student even in the courses where the largest population was master's and PhD students. I have had my own experience working with Grayson Ziegler, especially since last summer when he joined our prosodic typologies lab. He had been awarded the McNair Scholarship for the summer, a very prestigious award, and he chose to do his research in our lab. He was not able to collect any new data because of COVID, so he bravely attacked a large body of very complicated data that we had on the Bengali language from India. He made huge progress with this data and continued working on it through the fall. He has now been able to submit joint abstracts to 2 conferences which have been accepted, and one of these will most likely also end up in a publication. He's used his skills that he learned in the lab in his study of Burmese, which we've been working on both semesters in our field methods courses. He has also, again, tackled very complicated data and come up with some really interesting findings, which I'm certain will yield at least a conference presentation, maybe a publication as well. I've seen this transition from excellent student to excellent researcher, and indeed, Grayson is going to be starting a PhD program in the fall, a very exciting program at the University of Indiana. Congratulations, Grayson, and congratulations to all of the other graduates in our department.
Graduates, families, friends, and colleagues, it's a joy to be with you, even if only in 2 dimensions, as we celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates today. Graduates, your achievements are all the more meaningful given the circumstances under which you completed the last 15 months of your studies. Although the past year has been like no other in our lives, it has taught us much, but more on that in a minute. As I prepared these remarks, I thought I would imagine you students and all those cheering you on in the audience as life-size cutouts like we had with Major League Baseball last summer. But then I decided I would picture you as I hope you are right now, gathered with family and friends, maybe decked out symbolically in caps and gowns, or maybe in comfy clothes and flip-flops. Why change now, right? Recognizing that this moment is about you, even if we can't all be together in a grand hall on the university campus. When you joined the University of Delaware community, what were your greatest worries? Being able to tolerate dining hall food, making friends, distinguishing yourself academically, wondering if your winter coat would be warm enough? Partway through your studies, the world turned upside down. With very little notice, your day-to-day rhythms had to be reinvented. Those were very scary times, full of uncertainty about health and financial stability and social isolation on ourselves and about those we care. Suffering was quite literally on a global scale. For some of us, the prospect of teaching and learning solely via Zoom was incomprehensible. But then we did it. We put one foot in front of the other, took a leap of faith, and brought our best to an unknowable situation. Ironically, it may have been our obligation to see that semester through to completion that actually kept us grounded while the rest of the world spun out of control. Taking classes, or teaching classes in the case of faculty, was one of the only predictables in a world of unpredictables. As the days turned into weeks and then into months, it was in those interludes that we saw familiar faces and knew what was expected of us. Our UD connections were, in many ways, our lifelines. Have you stopped to ponder where you got the fortitude and resolve to complete a degree in the midst of what would have been unthinkable circumstances when you started at UD? I suspect, for many of you, it was the family you returned to when Newark emptied that kept you fed and safe and supported. For others, it was the friends who were only a click or a phone call away. I hope you felt supported and encouraged by the faculty with whom you spent time throughout those many months. Every single faculty member I know pulled out all the stops to master a new way of reaching and teaching their students, even when they themselves were scared, uncertain, and at times exhausted. Collectively, though, we reinvented our networks and our ways of relating to one another to keep each other afloat. And one of the silver linings, as many refer to the unexpected benefits of pandemic life, is that many of you learned some essential life lessons sooner than you might have otherwise, which in itself is truly a blessing. One of the tragedies of life before the pandemic was that people were in such a hurry that they often didn't take the time for the things that really mattered. As I've spoken with students, individually or in class groups, I've been very moved by how many have expressed gratitude for the unanticipated opportunity to spend quality, extended time with family. At the very time that students are usually moving away from their families, these students embraced and were grateful for the opportunity for unique closeness that arose from the lockdown. Others of you have disciplined yourselves to take better care of your bodies and your minds, learning new practices and sometimes teaching them to others. Many students welcomed new nieces, nephews, or other precious bundles into their families, including cats, dogs, bunnies, and chickens. For me, I never would have imagined that I had the opportunity to meet your friends, parents, grandparents, and significant others as they joined us on Zoom for class activities. That was unique and truly special. Although your UD experience wasn't defined by the last 15 months, I suspect that some of your greatest learning was actually what you learned about yourself during that time, about your ability to pivot, adjust, and accommodate. Life demands that, even in ordinary circumstances, and now you know that you have the skill and the strength to lean into a fierce wind and make it to your destination. Graduates, you're wrapping up one chapter of your life and launching the next adventure. Take what you've learned, not only in your program, but what you've learned about yourself and what's really important to you as you create the next part of your story. Know that those of us here at the university who have engaged you and challenged you and supported you during your time with us wish you the very best that life has to offer. We hope you keep in touch and that you take the time to nurture others the way that we sought to nurture both your personal growth and your professional development. We are proud of you and excited for you as you step into your futures. So let's utter a collective sigh of relief. You did it. And take this moment to experience and express gratitude for the people and circumstances that supported you in your journey. From all of us, congratulations.
Iman Albadar. Doctor of Philosophy in Linguistics. Stefan Alexander Jazwinski Bartel, Doctor of Philosophy in Linguistics. Alyssa Campa, Doctor of Philosophy in Linguistics. Mary Claire Ebal, Master of Arts in Linguistics and Cognitive Science. Rebecca Maria Gasparetti, Master of Arts in Linguistics and Cognitive Science. Haley Rain Home, Master of Arts in Linguistics and Cognitive Science. Suhung Jenny Liu, Master of Arts in Linguistics and Cognitive Science. Ahmed Mohammed Ibrahim Mustafa, Master of Arts in Linguistics and Cognitive Science. Mary and Netta Sitko, Master of Arts in Linguistics and Cognitive Science. Grayson Reed Ziegler, Robert J. DiPietro Award for Outstanding Achievement in Undergraduate Linguistics. MA in Ling and Cog Sci, BA in Linguistics, for +1. Crystal Akalo, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Emily and Alixo, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Darian Amato, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Samantha Aquino, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Stephanie Rose Badia, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Alexandra Bartolotta, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Sarah Blum, Honors Bachelor of Science, Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Victoria Babowska, Honors Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Comp, Math and Logic Foundation. Kylie Elizabeth Boggs, Honors Bachelor of Science, Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Sierra Rose Kane, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Olivia M. Callan, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Daniela Joanne Carrillo, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Psychological Foundations. Chelsea Mary Castaneda, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Psychological Foundations. Catherine Rose Catalino, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Ara Chandrasekaran, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Science of Language. Gabriella Ciotti, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Rachel Taylor Cohen, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Vanessa Coppola, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Teresa Rose DeSantis, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Samantha DePaulo, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Sean Patrick Dunnigan, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Psychological Foundations. Kylie Eckler, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Shannon Marie Erler, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Michelle Helene Emig, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Catherine Philibin. Honors Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Psychological Foundations. Jacqueline Fitzela. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Sarai Flores. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Olivia Fontana. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Hannah Fox. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Mackenzie Gervin. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Comp, Math and Logic Foundations. Alyssa R. Gordon. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Taylor Marie Howe Lacey. Honors Bachelor of Science, Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Lindsay Marin Hotoff. Cognitive Science Award for Outstanding Achievement in Undergraduate Cognitive Science. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, SLP. Quinlan M. Hecook. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Leah Catherine Heisler. Louis A. Arena Award for Outstanding Achievement, Undergraduate Speech-Language Pathology. Honors Bachelor of Science, Cognitive Science, SLP. Christopher Michael Jones. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Jamie Michelle Carroll. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Comp, Math and Logic Foundations. Perry Marie Keefus. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Mary and Maloney Comorney. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Teresa Manganello. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Hannah Martin. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Comp, Math and Logic Foundations. Sophia Maza. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Margaret Storm McGinnis. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Haley and Melita. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Hannah Manella. Honors Bachelor of Science, Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Jenna Rose Mila. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Paige Ryan Minutola. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Psychological Foundations. Carly Isabella Nichols. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Psychological Foundations. Megan O'Brien. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Lydia Palmese. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Psychological Foundations. Emily Marie Panyard. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Abigail Peffley. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Amarel Tyra Pennick. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Christina Rose Petty. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Brianna Marie Posterino. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech-Language Pathology. Kate and Rachapi. Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Julia Renee Radulski, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Jamie Ratkowski, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Chandra Helena Savage, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Psychological Foundations. Samantha Elizabeth Schwalb, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Hannah Elizabeth Stephen, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Victoria T., Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Lauren Judith Thatcher, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Jonathan Vincent Tressler, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Samantha Danae Turk, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Gabriela Marie Vallejo, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Susan Elizabeth Verghese, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Psychological Foundations. Kayla Walsh, Honors Bachelor of Science, Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Miriam Alima Wilson, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Psychological Foundations. Hannah Mackenzie Wolson, Bachelor of Science in Cognitive Science, Pre-Professional Speech Language Pathology. Christopher Elko, Bachelor of Arts in Linguistics. Francisco Luis Mirabili, Bachelor of Arts in Linguistics. Tyler Barrett Marrow, Bachelor of Arts in Linguistics. Sonora Ray Rivera Hines, Bachelor of Arts in Linguistics. Kirby Marvel Smith, Bachelor of Arts in Linguistics. Ariel V. Thompson, Bachelor of Arts in Linguistics.
Congratulations, we are so proud of you.
Congratulations to the students in the graduating class of 2021 and to all of your families. It has been such a pleasure to teach you and to grow with you over the years. We wish you all the best.
Hi, everyone. I hope you will all recognize and celebrate what incredible achievement this is. You've earned it. Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations, graduates. I've had the pleasure of having most of you as students at one point or another over the past 4 years, and I've seen all of your hard work and dedication. You've made it. Congrats.
It is time to move on, but know this. A piece of you stays in this place, and a piece of you stays with us. Congratulations.
A warm congratulations to the class of 2021. Well done on all your hard work. It's been a pleasure knowing many of you, and enjoy the next chapters of your lives.
Congratulations to all the graduating students and their families and friends. As the Director of Graduate Studies, I'd like to have a few words for our graduating graduate students. Graduate students are not just students. They are also teachers to our undergraduate students, and to us faculty, they are collaborators and colleagues working together for grant proposals, papers, and conference presentations, experiments, and so on and so forth. They are at the very core of our research, and in so many different ways, they make our program great. And those of you who are graduating this year, please know that we are grateful to your being part of the team, and that we are very proud of you, your achievement, as so few people have come this far in education. We hope that you have great careers wherever your degree from UD will take you. Congratulations.